I don't know if I want to part with that beauty.
Hey, I thought we already had a discussion about that.
I'm thinking about a career change. I construct with the best of them now.
Bada bing, bada boom.
We're talking $3,500 for that book.
1,000.
$35,000?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. You are my kind of man.
350?
Holy smokes.
This isn't the smartest thing I've ever done.
We both zeroed in.
Ka-ching.
Wow. I'm Scott Cozens,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and bars. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
Scott, come on. It's garage sailing day. We want to be the first there, and we're looking to scoop everybody and find some good things.
I sort of like to wait till the last possible second to get out of bed.
We gotta do some picking.
Sorry, but I was strategizing with a couple of boys down in the corner last night.
So much for being the first one there.
Did you get your coffee black like I like it?
My coffee black like you like it. So PEI's never been here before. Did you realize that PEI was the smallest province?
Looks like you got a new map this time.
I'm hoping that I can't get lost. The Spud province. Oh, did you know that? It's that iron oxide in that red soil that makes those spuds grow so well.
It's known for its potatoes. It makes sense. It's advertised as the 70-mile garage sale. It's been going on for years. There's hundreds of people that set up their stuff on the lawns across the island.
So what would be the plan of attack?
We just hit the garage sale running. You go your way, I'll go my way. We grab anything that's good, and then move it along as quickly as we can to the next one.
Oh, here we go.
95% of the garage sales you stop at will be landfill. Do they have 2 tables of child's clothing at the front and a bunch of toys? Because those people are unlikely to have the kind of stuff we're looking to buy.
Not a lot there, Scott.
There should be a garage sale etiquette that you have to display your stuff so that as you drive by, you can decide whether you want to stop.
Here we go.
Oh, there's an old set of theater seats there.
We'll just wheel the van around. Hey, how you doing this morning? These theater seats, where do they come from? Local?
I believe they came from Charlottetown. Somebody said they could have been out of the old theater that burnt.
What do you want for these?
I'd like to get $20 from them.
Would you take 15?
All right.
Done.
Okay.
First deal of the day.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Can't help but make some money on that. We should triple or quadruple our money. I's the guys that buys the buys and use the guys that sell them. That's kind of the reason I like this freestyling, you know, the garage sailing. It's a haphazard kind of a who knows what's next.
Looks like a drive-by to me, doesn't it? Look like a drive-by to
other
you?
than the pumpkins look great.
Yeah.
And they got some corn and potatoes.
See you later. You just got to move. There's enough stuff that I think it's worth a stop because every second you spend there is a second you're not somewhere else and somebody's going to get there before you and maybe get a better pick.
Really tough sell.
It's pretty. How much do they want for it?
200.
Yeah, at 50 it would have been a good buy.
Exactly.
There's some good stuff there, aren't there?
We rolled up to the Rainbow Lodge, the B&B at the side of the road. Scott. I kind of thought we might be in a little bit of trouble because there were a lot of price tags, sort of professional price tags.
It's been dug up, that one.
It was virtually a shop set up at the side of the road.
See the nice little rocker?
What's it got on it?
Whose is it and how much is it?
Probably a Canadian rocker, 75.
75. It's just top nut on that. We can't get more than that for it. You're not leaving any money on the table, that's for sure. That is the top of the market. If you have a really good day and get a really motivated buyer, you're getting top nut. And we're not paying top nut. It's cute.
Very much. We were looking for low nut
or no nut.
Well, Scott, I don't know. Keep
You
the
know-
ball rolling, eh?
It's all about luck sometimes, because I spotted the big piece of pool pottery, the green vase, and as I'm going for the vase, I see the photo there. Just good luck. What are the odds of that? Calgary. It's from Calgary. And where'd you get the photo from?
I picked that up at an auction sale. The lady just spoke to me. She reminds me of an old Apple doll.
Strong squaw.
Yeah, exactly.
This was a classic scene of an old woman. Fabulous photograph, hand-colored. Would you take 20 on it?
Absolutely, of course.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
That's something we could get $100 to $150 for back in Calgary.
All right, Scott, break the ice.
Yeah. This is a classic example of guys that know their stuff, but they don't know everything.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Let's sail away.
He knows the PEI stuff, and it's priced top of the market. The only reason we got that native picture cheap is because he didn't know the market.
Good eye on that one, Scott.
If that had been a blue nose from the same era, they would have had quadruple the amount of money they had on it.
I'd say we got to head towards Point Prim.
I had a lead on Ivy's place. It's a little bit off the beaten path.
It's pretty country here, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. But now I can't even tell what direction we're going in. If you keep turning right, eventually you go in a circle, don't you?
You want to angle left
I
here?
believe we do.
No, we can't.
Whoa.
No, we can't. There's no way. Is that the 211?
I'm in the river.
Trade you in for a GPS. It's dead-ended. Where does it dead end?
Here, you take a look. That helps. Look at it upside down.
We're either all together going the right way or the wrong way. Excuse me. Hello? Sheldon is really good at sniffing out leads. How do you get to Prim Point?
Point Prim,
Yeah,
10 miles.
but he's not real good at getting us to them. Okay, perfect. Thanks. I love those accents.
Well, Scott, I must confess, only I could get lost on an island with one road on it. Just a second, Point Prim, right? All right.
Let's turn in and see what we can find.
The outside was just the window dressing.
Nice paint job on that door, isn't it?
Yeah. That looks good. Hey, this looks promising.
Ivy?
Ivy, yes. Hi.
Sheldon.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
It says art gallery out front. Is it always open as an art gallery?
Yes, it is.
And then you've just brought some antiques and stuff in here?
Yes.
Well, I'm spotting some things that I'm interested in.
And I found a set of oak steps.
Great little set of stairs. What would you take for that? It's marked 20. Could you do 15?
Sure.
All right. I love the spool turn bed.
Now, this is quite a bed. This came out of the Point Prim Lighthouse. My grandfather ran the lighthouse. So this is something we want to make sure that stays in the family.
Sure. What about the quilt on top of it?
We'll go $5.
Can't go wrong for $5. I'm looking at that.
There was a long, narrow photo. It was actually Canadian ships going off during the Second World War.
What would you want for that, Ivy?
You bring a number at me on that one.
How about 70?
Sure.
And then the mother piped in and said, no, 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 no.
What's your name, dear?
Eleanor,
Eleanor, are you?
the painter.
Ah, okay.
She says 80.
She's the boss, I take it.
How that one she is, yeah.
We'll take a shot at 80.
Ivy, what is that thing hanging from the ceiling?
It's a little mast for a boat.
Now, what would the price be on something like that?
I have to speak with my mother on that one.
She's hard, though.
There's a quilt stand.
This one is made out of local driftwood. My brother Gilbert made it.
Sheldon and I are snapping off. What do you want for this?
I'd go 25.
What do you want for that? How much would you need out of the tin? We're making deals.
How's 20 for you?
$5.
We'll go that today.
Done.
Yeah, sure.
20 bucks it is on the sleigh.
So anyone that's got this much stuff that's sort of collectible, they got something hiding in the house somewhere. And you've got a sign on the, just as you walk in the door with the guy shooting the grizzly bear. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking to myself, you know what, if we can buy enough stuff that she thinks we're serious, what do you need out of that sign?
Not sure about that one. Give me an offer.
We might get into the house. 20 bucks? And if that happens, we might get something good.
You got it.
Okay. Done. We're in. She realizes that we're prepared to pay some money, and I think she thinks, well, maybe I got a few things that I'd like out at the house that I could let go. Okay, go ahead. The difference between a good picker and a not-so-good picker is the ability to work your way in to the back recesses where the other people don't get to go.
Look at the view, Scott.
Oh, just amazing. A, you get to see things no one else sees.
Wow. Yeah, what a great room. Oh, I love it.
B, there's no competition.
Wow.
I like this room.
Yeah, what a great room. Ivy, this is just incredible. You have a knack.
I really like Ivy's style. Very eclectic bunch of stuff that all works.
And it turns out on Prince Edward Island, it's an old, established community. There's lots of cast-offs. You've got the touch, though, Ivy.
She takes found objects, she takes broken things, useless things, and turns them into really interesting things in this green painted piece.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd sell?
No, I don't think so, because it just sort of suits the little green theme.
The ship's wheel, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, my father made that. He was a fisherman and a farmer. When farming and fishing slowed down in his later years, he got into this woodworking, and he loved to make anything that was related to nautical.
You got any of those real ones hanging around here anywhere?
I don't know.
What's that, Ivy?
No, that is a ship's lavatory. That's quite a rare item.
Pieces like that lavatory are a bit of a mixed bag.
And this would be called the slosh bucket.
And I'm not really a big fan of dealing in toiletware. Oh, I see something I like. What about your trunk? And look at that great green.
Yeah.
The patina's nice, the picture's nice. Look, is that a touchable or an untouchable?
I did the picture, and I hate to part with that
You
one.
did a heck of a good job. I'm hoping to make a deal on something good inside that cottage. Well, is there somewhere we can go to find something we can buy? And then I think as we were walking by, I think it was you, Sheldon, spotted that beautiful table.
Oh, yes.
Truth, loyalty, union.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. Like,
Yeah, so unusual.
the Mason symbol's unmistakable. All the insignias for the Freemasons are on that. You kept all your silver or whatever it was you used for your ceremonies in there.
Right.
It was some sort of ceremonial table that they would have used when they were doing the secret rites of their organization.
Yeah, very Gothic, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I really want that table.
Well, would you part with that?
Really want that table.
Oh, it's hard.
If all she's using it for is a microwave holder, there's a chance we might be able to get that thing.
What would you offer me for something like that? That's like something that you just wouldn't. It's hard to put a price on because there are not that many of them around.
Because she didn't know what it was worth. So what did you have to pay for it when you got it?
Oh man, that's a while ago.
And I didn't know what it was worth, frankly.
It was quite a bit, maybe $275.
But you know what? I'm gonna see if I can almost double her money on that. You'd pay $500 for something like that, right? I wasn't leaving there without it if I could help it.
I'll have to think about it for a few minutes.
He wasn't gonna monkey around, so
Oh, I'll consider it. Yeah.
Ivy thought about it a little bit.
We'll make a deal then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the truck over here. I was elated. It's a one of a kind.
Thank you very much.
Ivy?
I am so happy, absolutely elated. It's the best thing we've seen on this trip.
That was a lot of fun with Ivy.
Couldn't be two better guys.
Okay, good.
That was great. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks a lot, Ivy.
Thank
really
you
nice
so
to
much.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And then she says, down the road, I got a brother who might have some things for you.
See you, Ivy.
Off we go.
As usual, Sheldon has sniffed out another lead for us.
Gilbert. Apparently he likes to collect driftwood, create some furniture.
If he collects anything like she collects, there might be some stuff there.
Here we go.
This one right here?
Gilbert's.
Did you
Look-
tell Gilbert we were coming?
No, surprise attack on Gilbert.
You gotta love that.
Yeah. Hey, look at the tides going out. It's just incredible. We strolled into the boathouse. There was all kinds of cool stuff, and I immediately noticed a guy shucking oysters.
You must be Gilbert.
Yes. Hi,
Ivy
Scott.
sent us down here to see you.
Oh, very
She said
good.
you might have some stuff for us to look
And
at.
I'm Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Yeah, we bought a few things from Ivy. She said, come on down the road. You'd shuck us some oysters.
Oh, I'm an oyster fisherman. And so I'm selling oysters here today, and people are just slurping them right up. I just love fishing them, I love shucking them, and I love eating them.
Well, no offense, Gilbert, but quit talking about it and shuck me an oyster or
Oh,
two,
well,
please.
sure.
Yeah. You pick, I'll eat oysters.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Now, this is going to be the best oyster that you ever had in your life.
Oh,
So I'm looking up and down and sideways and across, and I see up in the rafters, looks like you get an anchor.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
that anchor off?
Oh,
Can I go up and haul it down?
yeah, it's just off a small boat, sure. Yeah, no problem. That's an oldie.
that's a good piece of iron, isn't it?
What would you want for something like that?
Oh, that there, 25 bucks.
Done.
That's a steal at that 25 bucks.
Got to take one of those home, eh,
Gotta
Scott?
take one of those home to Calgary.
Now,
Done. We don't see anchors, real anchors from boats in Alberta.
If your conscience bothers you now at that price, you can correct it here.
Could you not distract Gilbert from doing some shucking
Oh,
here?
sorry.
So you make furniture out of driftwood.
I do. Yes, I enjoy working with driftwood.
So I asked Gilbert, do you have any of your driftwood furniture? And sure enough,
I got one piece left. I got one piece right over there behind that click reel.
the real killer piece that we saw was a little table.
If I can interrupt you again from your eating, what do you need on this piece of driftwood furniture?
What do you mean?
What would you sell it for?
Oh, that's a good question. I just made it last winter. That was my last one I made. And that's the only one I have.
I'm looking at the table. I want the table. It's a one of a kind. There's not going to be anything like it out in Calgary. And if Sheldon or I don't fight each other for it, we're going to put a pretty good price on that thing.
This is going to be the most difficult moment of anything I've done here today, is to put a price on that table.
Is that right?
Yeah. You're going to have to help me.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't like setting the price because one of two things happens. I overpay or I insult them. And I don't want to do either.
I have a little idea. See that footstool over there with the fishing scene on it?
Yeah.
I sold one of those to a doctor in Lethbridge, Alberta.
Once he starts talking about how much he got out of a guy in Lethbridge,
$360
whoa,
for a footstool.
I'm sorry, I'm out.
What's a night table going to be worth?
I guess it depends on whether you sell it to the guy from Lethbridge or not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to confer with my picking partner on this.
Did you ever throw a little Worcester or anything like that on top of it?
Oh, no.
You just
no,
want
no.
the oyster.
I want that straight flavor that's just bubbling over.
I can appreciate you don't need
Why
anything.
would you mask it?
I'm always looking on walls and inside rafters because that's where people shove signs or door pushes.
Hey, did you come up with a price on the table?
I'm waiting for Scott.
So I look up and I see some license plates. So I went and grabbed the whole pile down.
Oh, my word. Look what he's digging into here now.
I think he hadn't seen him in 20 years.
You gotta hide stuff
my
really well
word.
for Scott not to find it.
When I opened them up, and the first one was a motorcycle, a pretty good one from the 60s. The next one was real good because it was a tractor plate. You don't see those very often. It was from the 50s.
Yeah.
What would you want for these two?
Oh, the tractor and the motorcycle. I have no idea. No, you'll have to help me out again.
$5 each. 10 for the pair.
No, we'll have to make it. We'll have to make it $10 each.
You're just trying to get me back because you think I got a good deal on the anchor.
Well, I did give you a terrific deal on the anchor.
You got a couple more up there, I notice.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you want to get rid of those too?
Why not? You want to collect up enough stuff we'll give you a deal for volume.
Yeah, because that's a little steep for me,
Okay.
but we'll
All
figure
right.
out on that. But let's go get the
Just
other
leave
two
that for
anchors
now.
down.
It works to our benefit to package things, but even better than that, he's gonna make a deal and I can just eat oysters. Maybe I should take the hot seat and we'll let a prairie boy do a little shucking
Okay.
for a while.
Sure, I'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah, I know I can shuck oysters and eat them at the same time.
Hey, Sheldon,
Yeah.
Hold your hand.
here's another
You
one.
can do it.
Yep.
And get in there and twist. There you go.
Yeah.
You
Hello.
Oh, this is the way. Oh, my word. I don't know if I want to part with that beauty.
Hey, I thought we already had a discussion about that.
That is a classic. That's to hold a lobster fishing boat. That'll hold
Really?
a lobster boat. That'll never move.
Anchors away.
Now this old rusty one.
That's definitely made in a forge, eh?
That one, though, it got dropped at some point and laid at the bottom until somebody swept it back up again, I think.
I probably drug that up when I was scallop fishing.
So you don't have much money into it.
Just a tank of gas.
That's right, true.
It's a great life, really, picking with Scott.
So I figure if 25 is on the one that's slightly better, than this should be a little bit cheaper, and then this one should be a little bit more. We've now realized there's not any one spectacular item in there that we're gonna make a bunch of money on. So now we're going for volume. So how about if we say...
Say nothing, why don't you throw the table in?
You still-
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay,
still interested.
all right.
I was just a bit
Okay.
scared there for a second.
Yeah. No, you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You don't. If we said $300 for that table and take it from there.
He comes back to me on the table. I don't come back to him on it. I know we've got a chance then.
If you could just come up with some price that you're comfortable with.
See, I have to then talk to my partner in crime here, right? Before I do that.
And I'm thinking about a career change.
Yeah.
Picking's too hard. I can shuck with the best of them now.
This was fun to him too, just like it was fun to us.
You don't have to get that hook feeling at all.
How about 300 for the table and the anchors? And then I'll give you your 20 bucks for the 2 plates.
You couldn't sleep tonight.
Well, I could, yeah, no problem. I think we should just shake at $320 and call it a day. And was just waiting for the shake. It's pretty hard to walk away from a shake, right?
Sure.
You got it.
Right. Why don't I shuck you an oyster? Celebrate.
Yeah, why not? To have 2 prairie pickers, I'll tell you, that's quite a unique experience.
Beautiful. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
So I'm going to haul these outside while Sheldon pays.
I'm just gonna have another couple of oysters.
You guys are too much.
Now, what are we gonna do with these boat anchors? I'm just overjoyed with this.
Gilbert, a pleasure. It was fun. I'm glad Ivy sent us down here. We had some fun.
I'm glad too.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I tell you, you guys are great guys to come on the property. And
Well, not only did you make money off him, because he ate about 20 oysters, he also shucked a bunch for you from the night. Thanks, Gilbert.
Thanks again,
Enjoy.
Gilbert.
All right,
You take
fellas.
care. Yeah, but I went away happy and content as an otter.
Gilbert was quite a character, wasn't he?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of oysters.
Yeah. So this is a hot lead. We're going to the Lucy Maud Montgomery Museum, run by some relatives, Robert and Paul.
When you pick for going to Anna Green Gables Museum, when I pick for going like to Wild Bill Hickok's museum, okay? So that's the Village of Anne of Green Gables. There's Avonlea.
It's a museum that's closing down, and we've been told that things are going to be sold, so we're first in there.
It's going to be interesting to see if there's anything we can buy at a reasonable price. That's the key.
Could be an unbelievable opportunity.
I'm hoping.
Could be the pick of the decade. Sorry, we're closed. Except for us.
Yeah, that's right. She played in that house.
Good morning, I'm Robert Montgomery.
She touched the things that are in that house, and that's really important. Lucy Montgomery is a Canadian icon. If we can have anything associated with her, we're gonna have a real serious market for that piece.
This house is where her father grew up, and she spent a lot of time here, especially as a young girl, and she writes about this house in 9 of her books.
So before you start, are you selling this piece by piece, or are you trying to sell everything at once? What are you trying to do?
I hope someone will buy it, everything.
My heart sort of sinks a little bit at that point.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah. It would be a shame to see it broke up.
We're not here to buy a house.
I really like PEI, but I'm not sure I want to be in the museum business.
We're here to cherry pick, hopefully, the best items out of there that we can try and sell and make some money on. Well, let's see where we go. Why don't you show us some stuff?
Okay.
One of the first items that Robert showed us was a green Staffordshire dog.
Recognized by Lucy Maud fans worldwide.
It was a reoccurring theme in her books.
When she was a little girl here, there was a pair of these green spotted dogs. In her diaries, she says that her father would always tell her stories about them. They were called Gog and Magog. Unfortunately, its mate Gog took a fall many, many years ago.
And it was a reoccurring theme in her books.
The piece was broken, okay? It had a huge hairline up the front, a huge hairline on the back. Sheldon would say it was a $20 item in anybody else's possession. Hey, what would you sell the dog for?
It's not for sale.
Robert said he'd refused tens of thousands of dollars for the piece.
And he wouldn't have sold it anyway.
These are kind of interesting. A rating set. They were also brought over on a sailing ship in 1775.
As much as I love museums and I love Anna Green Gables memorabilia, we're here to buy today. We're not here to see a museum.
There's only 10 of these autographs known in existence where she drew the little cat after her name.
I see that, yeah. Have you had any offers on that?
In fact, just yesterday, a writer from Michigan was in here. He was looking at 35.
Wow. And that we're talking $3,500 for that book.
$1,000.
$35,000?
Oh, yes.
Whoa. Wow. If that book's worth $35,000, I'm eating Sheldon's hat.
Yeah. Are you contemplating the offer, Robert?
No.
Robert's showing us the major dollar pieces.
Moving on.
I'm kind of a cut to the chase guy. Is there something that my buddy here and I are gonna buy?
I have no idea.
Here's what my proposal is. Let's walk into the room, and I'm just going to point out some things that I'm interested in, and you can say yes or no, they're for sale or they're not for sale.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that work?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sure. Well, I'm trying to salvage either our time.
This flowery cup, of course, was her grandfather's. It was a mustache cup to keep the mustache out of the coffee.
Or walk out of there with something.
What about your cowboy boot, Jack? That one's a new one, but this one's an old one.
Yeah, I might sell you the new one.
I want the old one. I don't want the new one.
Scott and I are telepathically thinking, let's zoom in on one piece that we maybe can buy, and we both zeroed in on Gog and Magog.
Seeing as I can't buy the real green dog, what about the rug that's on the wall? It's visually beautiful. It's saleable in and of its own right. Forget the Lucy Maud Montgomery Association.
It was handmade, of course. My mother hooked that. She would have been nearly 80 years old.
So now we've got the story connection, we've got the family connection.
What would you want for something like that if you were to sell it?
Make me an offer.
Tell me what would make you happy.
300.
300. I'm getting some resistance, mental telepathic resistance from Sheldon. How about 200 bucks? It's worth about 50 bucks other than the fact that your mom did it with Gog and Magog on it.
Let's split the difference.
2 1/4 then?
That's a good split.
$275. And we'll split the difference.
You're not going to take advantage of an islander, I'll tell you that right now. I'd say that's such a good piece. Let's go the 250, and at least we're not walking out of here empty-handed.
Done.
Okay.
And I'm happy to have that. Real happy to have that. I had no idea what it was worth, but somebody will want it and somebody will pay. We don't get the chance too often as pickers to walk on the steps and walk on the floorboards that Lucy Montgomery or somebody important like that walked on. And so if for no other reason than getting the rug and doing that, it was a good day. Well, Robert, it was a real pleasure. Pleasure meeting you. You're a hard man to do business
Thanks,
with, but we did some business.
We thanked Robert and his son, Paul. They were very gracious.
And I hope somebody steps to the plate, buys that, keeps it intact, and does something with it.
We're on our way to the northeastern corner of PEI to go see Leonce and Elaine. Leonce is quite the collector.
He doesn't sell, he just accumulates and stores it. And we're hoping that we're hitting virgin territory.
This would be the place.
Oh, look, there's an old Dodge Dart. Love that Dart swinger.
Yeah. You'd be Elaine.
I'd be Elaine.
Hi, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Leonce.
Leonce, nice to meet you.
Tell me, what's the story with all the stuff you got?
I like old stuff. I always had the feeling for old stuff. That's why I collect.
We were hoping that maybe we'd be doing some buying today.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh, God, this is going to be like pulling teeth. Okay, so you're sort of new at this.
Yeah, I'm new.
Oh, yeah, there's a few things in here I can see already. We wandered along into that first building, and it was just loaded with stuff.
Now, tell me how you end up with most of this stuff.
But just went to buy some wood.
So you've acquired most of this stuff literally by going out to buy wood, and you see stuff hanging around, and you either buy it or ask them if you can take it.
Good part of it. There's a lot of people making fun of me because I collect that crap. You for one.
Me for one.
One way to find out whether we're going to do any business or not is pick an item we like, think we can make a buck on, and see if Leonce is ready to sell.
How much? I pick up a mallard duck decoy, hold it up.
Oh, $10.
Done. Beautiful. First deal of the day.
I got some lot better one than that.
Well, then let's go look at them.
Now we're in action, I guess.
Oh, boy.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey, a couple portholes.
We could use those.
Yeah, we could always use those.
We asked Leonce about them.
All I know, they're old.
So you don't know
And
what
all I
ship
know,
they
the
came
ship,
on?
no, I don't know.
Guys like to decorate their bars with them. I've seen them made as mirrors. So what would you need for something like that?
Because it's you, $8.
For Elaine's sake,
Yeah.
we'll take them. Hey, we'd buy every porthole in Prince Edward Island for $8.
I don't have to clean them, do I?
You don't have to clean
Good.
anything.
Good.
Wow, the scale is great, Leonce. They're really decorative items, quite often used as coffee tables. They'll put a piece of plate glass over top of them. What would it take to wrestle it from you?
That's 1 1/4. 125 for that.
Would you take 100?
Yeah, I would.
Sold. And that,
You okay with that, Elaine?
I only paid 44.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I think Leonce was smiling so much because he knew what we were paying him and he knew what he paid for that stuff.
watch yourself, Scott.
It looks like there's some sort of a gaff hook or a harpoon or something up here. I always love to climb up and see what's up above.
Holy smokes.
This isn't the smartest thing I've ever done.
Don't break your neck.
I'll try not to. Because a lot of times people take cool things and they'll just pitch them up there and forget about them.
I don't even know what's up there. Some stuff been up there for 25 years.
Jeez. Wow, what is that?
That's for rolling logs.
Rolling logs.
Yeah, I did use it when I was young.
Looks
Big
dangerous.
logs. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
PV, that's what they
He
call
called
it.
him a peavy.
Yeah.
What does a PV sell for these days?
These here, 20 bucks.
It's pretty cool. Who doesn't want a log roller?
We're in for a PV
You're
for
in
20.
For a peavy.
I'll have to get you to roll logs before you go.
Yeah. Well, they were having a good time. Scott and I were having a good time.
How did you get this stuff up here?
I get the wife to put it up when I'm busy.
Would you like some help up there?
I'm a little worried at this point because my pickin' buddy is up there dangling from the rafters. Scott, can you reach that tire there?
Yeah, although it's in real rough shape.
Wow, that's a score.
That's a bicycle wheel.
That's a very
Wooden wheel. That's
very old bicycle wheel, that one. That's a rare, rare piece.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 1880, 1890. They're early. This is very, very unique.
Yeah.
So brace me, Leon. Hit me with your best shot. You guys are fun to do business with. I'll tell you why. You smile when you do business, and I love that.
25 bucks.
It's for somebody that's interested in early bicycle paraphernalia. Those don't come along very often. Okay, sold. Let's take it and let's keep the ball rolling. Can I ask you about the skis? What would you want for them before I make Scott crawl up there again?
You know how old they are, those?
Holy cow, those are oldies.
Yeah.
The guy that died must have been close to 100, and those were his skis.
As a kid, probably.
Yeah.
I've handled lots of pairs of skis, and I think that might be the oldest
I didn't know he had those either.
and the most folksy and probably the most valuable pair of skis that I've ever handled. What's it gonna take for us to ski all the way home to Alberta?
You're gonna have to climb up there and put it back.
Yeah, that's right.
That's part of my strategy.
No, those are expensive.
Well, I'm thinking 40 bucks.
Them, oh, you'll never get that for that.
No?
They're made out of birch. They're hand carved. I would have to get 75 for those, so they'll stay here for the wife.
60.
Deal.
Deal.
I was gonna make that deal for you.
I like you.
I think I wanna deal with you on
Sure,
this.
let's go.
Gas Boy of Canada. I must confess, never seen another little one like that. Where'd you find that, Leonce?
I found that from a local farmer around here that quit farming about 50 years ago that had that at his place.
Very unusual. What would it take for Scott and I to drive this one out of here?
200 bucks.
I'd like it better at 150.
Yeah, I guess I would.
At 150, that's gold to a picker. That was good fun.
That was fun?
So where do we go from here?
Well, we'll go to the barn. There's a few things up there.
Oh my.
Don't break your neck.
Don't trip over it.
I have never seen so much stuff.
You got more here than a lot of stores have.
You are my kind of man.
Yeah.
In one small place.
You'll find
Holy
everything in here.
cow.
Hey, Leonce, I found a treasure here.
What do you have? Solid brass side.
Yeah.
The whole thing's made out of
I
brass.
can tell by the green on the side of it that it's brass.
That's right. $0.35. There was nothing over it all of them.
It was in working condition. What do you think, Scott? Do we want to haul a cash register across the country?
Only if the price is right.
I had a guy here that offered me $700 for it.
Probably a little too rich for our blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't let it go.
So we left that one sit there and carried on picking. Leonce, would you part with this?
We'll give it 25.
Great.
But the dynamic is going good for us right now. $5 on the tractor plate.
Yeah.
So,
you can have it.
And how about the mini ship wheel?
Oh, that's a pretty ship wheel.
So we're just holding something up and saying, how much?
$10.
Done.
We're making deal. $5?
You can have
Perfect.
In Alcox from England.
After deal.
What would you like for that, Leonce?
$60 for the 3?
it. Yeah, I'll let it go.
After deal.
Oh, $25.
Settle on 20.
$10 on your 78 record player. There.
$10.
Well, nobody plays 78s anymore.
If you double that up, you might get it.
So 15.
Ah, 15, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Deal.
Wheeling and dealing.
Where did you get this?
Oh, that's a long history off that one. It was hard to get.
I'm sure it was. It's in decent shape. It's a nice decorative thing.
How heavy is
Copper.
that?
Not nearly as heavy as it
No.
looks. It's probably
Might be
maybe
20
30
pounds,
pounds.
30 pounds.
I know those things sell for a lot of money. How much would it take to take this out of the attic and put it in our truck? And I get that sly little
450.
That is a killer piece. It's an absolute beaut of an item.
That's a special helmet.
$350?
So,
And now you gotta.
just because it's you.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, we'll pack our stuff up. We'll see you outside. I can't stop thinking about that cash register because you just don't see those little ones very often.
We're losing our light rapidly, so we're gonna throw these things in the truck.
I thought, you know what? And if I can get that baby out to the truck, I might have a chance to get it. Wait! Leonce, I couldn't leave without one more time saying, 500? Going once.
Yeah, deal.
All right. Love that cash register. Love that deal. Perfect way to end the deal. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks again. All right, bye-bye. That was the most fun pick I think I've had in a long, long time, maybe ever.
Why do we keep buying heavy stuff?
You got to drive with that on. Good pick.
Wow. You don't get those every day, do you? Yeah, you know you had a good day when you're leaving when the lights are gone.
So we're off to see Aubrey Bell, local appraiser, see how we did on some of those picks.
Always like to get somebody else's opinion.
This must be the place.
We always buy stuff with the hope we're going to make a lot of money on everything. And, you know, sometimes we don't do as well as others.
Well, Aubrey, we sure appreciate you taking a look at a few things for us. He's got a pretty good feel of the market, and I'm curious to hear what he's going to say.
It's a bit grimy and a bit dirty, but it's a pretty good one, we thought.
Yeah, the National Cash Register is very popular. Can you open it up for me?
Oh, yeah. Perfect working condition. We'll just ring in a sale for 35 cents.
500?
Yeah, deal.
All right.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's going to be a real find for somebody. You could be into it 1,000, 1,500.
Excellent. Yeah. Take a look at this kind of unusual
Masonic piece.
You just never know what somebody's going to do appraising a unique item like that.
Pretty nice. They don't make them like this anymore. The collectors of that kind of material tend to be rather cautious when it comes to spending a lot of money. So that could hold it back a little bit. I'm not sure what you paid for this one.
Scott threw out at $500.
We'll make a deal then.
If we were to have it in the shop, we'd probably be trying to retail it in the $1,500, $2,000 range.
Ka-ching.
Where I'm coming from, I'm going to put a massive price on that thing. And if somebody says, how can you get to that number? I'm going to say, go find another one. Now, I got a piece of oddball for you.
And here's the one we're really curious about. It's got a connection to Prince Edward Island, of course. To me, a good appraisal is one that's based upon other similar items selling.
Aubrey, we got this off the wall of the museum that is in the house of Lucy Maud Montgomery's grandparents.
Much more difficult when we're talking about maybe an appraisal based on provenance or a unique item that there's not a lot to compare to.
This is a really nice piece. That hooked rug by itself, I could see it retailing for $200, $300, $400. But because it was made by a relative of Lucy Maud Montgomery, that moves it into a whole different plane. There are a lot of serious Lucy Maud Montgomery collectors, and I can see any one of them being interested in having a piece like this.
It's something we paid $250 for.
I don't see any reason why you couldn't get at least $750, $1,000, maybe even $1,500.
That's great news.
Ka-ching.
The bells were just going off. I think if we let him stand there and look at it for about another 10 seconds, it would have been up to 2,000. I love it. We really appreciate that.
Every once in a while, we hit on a treasure, and that was the piece of Prince Edward Island. We bought some great stuff, but that's the piece we're going to score on.
Another good day, another good appraisal.
That's really what picking's all about. We're going to make a few bucks. We're going to have lots of fun doing it. We're driving away with about as much as we can handle. I want to miss PEI. This place is good fun.
I really love the landscape.
And everybody's got a little more time for you. They're really friendly.
Yeah, good picking, too.
Yeah.
It's turned out to be as good as we'd hoped.
I think we barely scratched the surface.
Here's my gun.
See if you can hit me.
Wow.
How about 1,000 apiece?
I've never paid that much for a pair of chaps in my life.
Guess what, boys?
Come on in. We're gonna have a sale, see if we can move some merchandise. We're gonna shake on that button.
Already.
Thanks. I'm Scott Cozens,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and bars. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
Alberta bound, Alberta bound.
What's the best song you can think of about Alberta?
Gordon Lightfoot. I'm good, glad to be Alberta bound.
That would be my second choice. Four Strong Winds would be my first. And particularly Neil Young's version.
More so than Tyson.
Yeah, oh yeah. How does Neil Young do it? Think I'm going to Alberta. I'm not singing.
You just curtail your driving and you're singing.
We're heading to Balzac. Balzac's a little north and east of Calgary.
So I want to see Archie this morning, 84 years old. Apparently he's got all kinds of old farm implements.
Archie's the guy that accumulates things. He's been doing this for a long time.
So this should be interesting.
Hey, this is it up here. Got some sheds. That's a good sign. Could be some stuff in there. Yeah, he's got stuff. Holy smokes, I can see stuff in the field. Wow. Hey, look, art. Farm art. There's a pile of stuff here.
Looks like our kind of guy. Let's go meet Archie.
I'm Sheldon.
How do you do?
Hi, Archie. I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Nice to meet you. So how long you been here?
About 10 years.
You've accumulated a lot of stuff.
I do a little trading and selling odds and ends. I just like meeting people, and they seem to go away with happy.
Think we're gonna find a treasure here?
Depends how tough you are. Might as well come inside.
Oh man, look at this place.
Wow. There's stuff everywhere.
Hey, what are those critters?
That's a jackalope and a goatalope, cross between a jackrabbit and a antelope.
Got a nice set of horns on him, that one jackalope.
This looks like it's gonna be a fun pick. What you got here, Archie?
An ammonite that hasn't been shined up.
That's a piece of petrified
snail.
Big honkin' snail. It's got a little color to it. It can be broken up and made into pieces of jewelry. If it's the right piece, if it cleans up, it could be extremely valuable. What would you want for that?
Oh, 75.
Would you take 50?
All right.
Done. I'm willing to bet $50 that maybe there's some potential there.
I'm always searching because there's always going to be a diamond in the rough. Archie, you got a little ukulele here.
Yep.
Ukuleles can bring really good money if you got the right one. The ones you're looking for are made in Hawaii. They're made out of koa wood, which is a wood you can't harvest anymore. This one's got some age to it. And what do you want for that?
25.
How about 20?
2.5, it's yours.
Yeah, you gave him a deal. What about me? Okay, shake the man's hand, Sheldon.
Alrighty.
I noticed you're doing a little work with some willow here.
Yep, diamond willow.
I'd never seen anybody do the female form out of diamond willow. I love the way you've used the knots. Like there's her belly button.
Yeah.
Just very appropriately.
Should be one for her eye, maybe.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Huh, very much like Inuit carving. They look at a piece of stone and say they're going to carve away the extra. They can see that bird in there and they carve away what isn't a bird. You've done the same with her. You're quite artistic, Archie. Hey, what do you got over there?
That's my tool horse. He nods his head and poops golf balls.
Hey, I like the way that you've worked the mane.
What do? Do you sit up on top and ride it?
You gotta be a brave man to do that.
I've never seen a horse I didn't want to get on the back of.
Watch yourself, partner.
There we are. Whoa. Yee-haw! That's more like it. Couldn't reach the pedals on it to make it go. Got it to drop a golf ball anyway.
You get a lot of time on your hands, Archie.
I see you got an old Alberta transportation sign. I don't even know if it's legal to have this. My wife's been asking me to find one of those signs, a slippery when wet, diamond-shaped sign. You don't see the guy with the hat anymore, right?
And nobody wears a hat anymore.
And they quit making that hat probably 2 decades ago. What would you want for that?
Oh, $20.
So I'll do 20 bucks on that.
Deal. You got the vertebrae of a, is that a horse?
No, get it down for you. And then you can guess what it's off of. So what do you think that is? Skeleton off.
Let me just see.
Just a second.
Come on, faster than that. An ostrich.
I can't even figure out which end's up yet. Whoa!
There's the thing.
And there's its leg.
And it hooks into the joint here.
Yeah, yeah. Where'd you find this, Archie?
It was on a farm I bought from an ostrich raiser.
Tell you what, that's a formidable leg.
Yeah. And the toe, no wonder they can do so much damage with it.
Yeah. What's the going rate on an ostrich leg these days?
I don't know where I'd get another one.
Me neither.
I'm pretty sure I don't want one.
Here, Scott, this is a back scratcher
Not
for
a
you.
chance, man.
Just take a look outside.
There's an oldie. Oh, man, I bet you that thing's got to be 100 pounds. The Massey Harris front grill off an old tractor. It would be cool, just screwed right to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have that thing. What would you want for your tractor grill?
Oh, I just got that. I don't know the value of it.
How much did you pay?
It was on a farm I bought.
So how much did you pay for the farm?
$300 an acre.
What do you think this is worth, a quarter acre?
I have a feeling Archie ain't parting with it.
Buy your sweetheart a washing machine here.
I don't want any washing machines, but I would like that Massey Harris grill.
When I learn its true value, I'll be selling it.
Were you a bit of a cowboy yourself when you were growing up?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
A little bull riding?
And bareback. Here's my gun.
This looks like your pride and joy.
Yeah.
He's got the Colt 45.
I made it for advertising for a housing development I did just north of Balzac. It's a barbecue.
And it's got a barbecue?
It does a little more than that.
I'm afraid. Whoa! You gotta yell fire in the hole before you do that, buddy.
A lot of guys like it, and especially kids.
See if you can hit me.
Goes to quite a few yard parties.
You be careful there, picker buddy.
Oh, come on. Is that all you got? I was out playing goal. You got no more than that?
Archie's got a good sense of humor. I'm amazed at his ingenuity.
You want to hear a really loud one?
Nope. I think we've done as much damage as we can do. I'm happy with that.
I'm willing to bet $50 that maybe there's some potential there.
We'll have some fun with it. Okay, good meeting ya.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, you take care.
You take care of yourself.
All right.
I hope
Okay.
I'm as active as you at 84.
I didn't give you the door prize.
Is there a door prize?
Oh, yeah, there's door prize. Wait till I get them for you.
A rock.
One each.
One each.
You get the green one.
Yeah.
There we go. At least the price was right.
They laughed at my wife's cracks and stuff, so they're pretty good guys if they do that.
Good pick.
I want to go see our picks.
We got a lot of stuff in the warehouse.
The stuff that we really haven't had a chance to take a good look at yet. Brought you coffee.
Beautiful, thanks.
Yeah.
See what we got in here
I'm
to do.
sure we got lots of work.
Wow. Did it seem like that much when we were buying it?
No, we're buying it one vehicle load at a time. It looks like everything got here.
So I'm glad to see this again.
Yeah, this is the Quebec stuff. I'm going to carry that around the back of my vehicle, and every time I need my own parking spot, I'm going to plant it there.
This dry sink looks even better in Alberta than it did in Montreal.
The pimp and the prostitute got here in one piece.
Already got a buyer for that painting.
We got so much stuff here.
We can call in a few of our buddies, some of the pickers that we know, and have booths and antique stores.
And start selling some stuff. Let them pick the pickers.
We're on the front line, and we will buy something, and we will wholesale it to an antique shop or a dealer, who will then price it up at retail. So let's just move it along. We got a lot of cash out. We need to get some cash back in, so we're gonna have a sale.
I'd say we get into gear, do this in a big hurry.
Let's put the word out to some of the people. Get them here for Saturday.
Yeah. The point of this is to do some quick flips, to get some cash flowing. We've got other picks that we want to buy some more stuff, so time to sell some things.
I don't think I can take much more of this right now.
No, we got to pick. We want to add to this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Always buying.
Why not load her up more? Are you driving today?
I'm driving.
Gorgeous day, absolutely gorgeous day. I hope it's this nice for our sale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a couple calls. Zitz, I'm here with Sheldon. We're thinking of having a sale on Saturday afternoon. Are you around? Oh, good. If you want to show up around 12:30 or so, maybe you want to be there because we're gonna invite a few other people and you don't want to be last in line. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.
He's in?
He's in.
Going to see Terry.
When you tell me it's Terry, I'm wondering if it's the guy I know. He's got a ton of stuff. It's the same guy. Whether he's a seller, I'm not quite sure about here.
This could be our place.
I've known him for years and years and years. Sold stuff to him. Friends of mine have sold stuff to him, but I've never seen his place. This has got to be it. There's stuff all over. I see an old tractor.
That little cart there looks like a coal mining cart.
And he's got some collectibles out there, too.
Outbuildings. This guy's got lots of stuff in outbuildings. Oh, yeah, this is the place.
Hey. I thought it might be you.
Yeah.
How are you
doing, Scott?
Good.
Good.
Sheldon Smithens?
Hi,
Terry.
Sheldon. Nice to meet you.
So you've been collecting for ages.
Probably 25, 30 years. My brother and I started collecting, and it kind of went out of hand.
Yeah, I never knew you was a seller, so that's why.
No, I probably should be selling a few things. The buildings are kind of overflowing right now. I wouldn't mind if you guys wanted to have a look around and see what was here.
That's music to these ears, yeah.
So, Terry, where do you want to start?
In the house here, and we'll have a look around in there. And come on in, guys.
I know Terry's traded with people before, but I don't know that I've ever heard that Terry's actually sold anything before. So I'm sure hoping he's a seller.
There might be something in here you're interested in.
You got collections of collections here, Terry.
I see something that I want. I've got one of these. It's an old microphone radio.
Yeah.
Every radio station in the United States, pretty much, gave them away, and they could only tune into that radio station.
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's something I didn't know.
They're really a good-looking radio, and microphone collectors like them. Did you cut the cord off, or did it come off?
I think it came cut.
What would you want for that little guy?
I'd have to have about 80 bucks for that.
Yeah.
Considering it's not in too bad a shape.
It's in great shape. It's just the cord is the only issue. Would you go 60?
I can't do 60 on that because I probably am taking a bit of a bite on it.
At 80, you're taking a bit of a bite on it.
Yeah. Good enough.
Broke the ice. Don't know if it works. Don't really care. A quick flip in a couple days.
That's kind of an interesting one.
That's been around the farm for a long time.
What would you want for that, Terry?
I gotta have 20 bucks for that.
I don't think we can get hurt at 20 bucks.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, you're welcome.
Whoa, this is dangerous.
Don't kill yourself, Scott. We need you to load the truck later.
Yeah. This was used in a school in the 1800s. This would be the sun, the earth, and there should be a little
orbiting planet.
Little moon orbiting.
That goes around.
Yeah.
And as this spun around, it taught the kids where the earth was in relation to the sun,
and the moon. Yeah. Scientific instruments are really a desirable field to collect.
It is so old. Stuff like this just doesn't come up.
Somebody put Scotch tape on it, like, that wasn't you. Please tell me that.
No.
And I'm not sure if I can get the Scotch tape off of it, but it's so old and brittle.
That one just needed too much attention for Scott and I to flip to somebody else.
Nice Ford station wagon there.
Yes.
Ford Fairlane ranch wagon. $395, and that has a good friend of mine, Glenn's handwriting on the bottom of it. You paid a lot for that.
At the time, I just had to have it. I couldn't live another day without it.
Yeah, and now that you've had it for a while?
I could probably take $200 and you could drive it on out of here.
Could we flip that for $250 at our sale? I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure either.
And you know what? I can't even beat you up on it because you've already beat yourself up
I'm
enough.
beat up already.
Yeah. Is there anything we would want down here?
this was picker heaven. Lots of stuff there, and it's in the basement. A good sign. If it was Terry's favorite item, he'd probably be enjoying it upstairs.
Can I pull this out so we can look?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a good image, isn't it? Wow. Those were Lancaster bombers, right after the war, 1946. Is that one you'd part with?
That is probably the one I would part with.
Oh, what would we pay for that?
I'm going to ask you that question for a change.
25?
I'd have to have a little more, maybe 30.
Okay, not gonna argue for $5.
I didn't think I was going to be able to buy anything from Terry.
I got to have 30 bucks for that. Okay, done.
Because I never have before.
I was just getting a big kick out of wheeling and dealing. There might be something in here you're interested in. There's a little bit over here.
Wow.
And a little bit over there.
There's stuff everywhere.
Holy.
It looks like you've got some Black Americana. Certain people are offended by Black Americana. Other people highly prize and value Black Americana. And I don't have a judgment call on that one way or the other. It's part of history. That's what it is. This I've seen a ton of times before.
Yes, yeah.
Terry had a mechanical bank. Comes in both cast, it comes in aluminum. This one looks to me like if it's not an 1800s one, it's an early 1900s one. It's a good one. This, I'm not sure what that is.
That was mounted on a post, and you put a ring in there, and you tied your horse up to that.
A little politically incorrect today, isn't it?
It is.
Surprisingly, the most expensive Black Americana is collected by African Americans. So what would you want, say, for the bank?
I got to have a couple $100 for that.
150 is sort of where we'd feel comfortable. I don't know if that works for you or not.
Probably not. I'm pretty stuck on $200 on that.
No. Okay. It was a fair price, but not a fair price if I'm going to try and do a quick flip on it. This, though, what would you need out of that?
I've got to have $300 for that, just because of its rarity. It's something I've had a long time. I've had that probably 35 years.
I think maybe we should put that back. It's a little bit of a tough sell in Western Canada. There's not as big a collector's market here.
Now, people...
That's great. The Trans-Canada toilet tissue. Now, that is hilarious.
Somebody stole that off the train back in the 30s.
Right. Trans-Canada toilet tissue. Now, that is hilarious.
People collect just about everything.
I don't know if it's real or a joke. All I know is it's got a train on it. I'm not sure whether you'd wrap presents with it or use it. I don't know how much it's worth.
You know what? I don't have a value on it exactly, but...
The replacement cost is probably 39 cents.
The replacement cost is high, and, you know, it's a long trip back to the city for you guys. I'm going to say 15 bucks.
Oh, well, of course, it is genuine two-process crepe. So.
Yeah. Shake his hand on that. I think that's funny. That's the first time I've ever bought toilet paper in my life. I think the toilet paper roll's gonna get me a lot of laughs and nothing more. Now, this alligator had a little guy that sat on top of him.
I think you're right.
This guy would pull back on a loop that was through here, and his mouth would go open and close. The little driver was missing on it. The wind-up mechanism didn't move, but it was still a good figural alligator. What would you want for him, just like that?
I'd say $5.
Yeah, that's done. If that toy's complete and in good condition, it's $250, $350 for $5. How do you walk away?
There's a good dinky tank and a whole bunch of other, the whole army's here.
I love toys. There's the tank transporter, so you put that little gate baby right on the back of him.
Here we go.
Yeah, and then there's some ambulances. You got the whole military contingent here.
I bought them in a box full years ago, and they've been sitting around here collecting dust for years.
Dinky's a brand name of a company called Meccano out of England. They made the best die-cast metal toys that have ever been made. Some people, when they're collecting dinkies, they don't know is the difference is the windows. Post-1963, they were plastic windows. So before that, they were open windows.
Right.
What would you sell the box for?
I'd go 75 bucks on it.
You know what? That's a fair price.
Okay.
Just shake on that.
We'll do that.
Thanks,
Good,
Terry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's great.
Might have something I can show you later in that field of
Is that right?
Collecting, yeah.
Now that sounds interesting.
Yeah, okay.
Is it a toy?
It's kind of my personal toy, yeah.
So, oh, I can hardly wait.
Why don't we take a hike outside? Hey, let's go. We throw odds and ends in here. There's quite a bit of stuff in here.
So far, we kind of like your odds and ends.
Well, go on in and have a look.
Whoa, you got some stuff here.
Stuff was piled up high on either side and right down the center. Scott and I were doing a little bit of speed picking.
Look at this spinning wheel. This is the goofiest thing I've seen in a long time. Bicycle wheel, spinning wheel. That is ridiculous.
That came from an old farm down in Saskatchewan. Somebody probably had a wooden bicycle that got wrecked, and not being the wasteful type in the dirty 30s, they made a spinning wheel out of it.
What do you want for that, Terry?
Well, I was thinking I should get about $100 for it, considering it is a real wooden bicycle wheel that's probably worth that.
I was hoping you'd say 50.
Well, I was hoping you might come back at 75.
Well, and how about this? Could we say 75 and then maybe package something else in with it?
Well, we could maybe sweeten it up, yeah.
What would you sweeten it up with here?
You know what? I would throw that old redhead 5-gallon.
I figured you were going to say that.
Yeah, why not? That's a nice Canadian one. You throw that in and 75, we got a deal. Okay. Walk up through there and
one piece
turn
at a
to your
time.
left.
What's the point of this stuff here?
This is all stock in case I ever need it. It's all in-stock materials. Then turn around to the left there. Ooh, I had to take you boys to show you my toy.
Holy.
How are we going to get that in the truck, Sheldon?
What a surprise. Life-size tank, the real thing. If we bought this, we wouldn't need a truck.
Guess what, boys? Yeah. I'm going to turn the key and see if we can get the old girl started.
Oh, man, that would be fun.
I don't know, Scott.
When I saw Sheldon playing with that tank, I just knew that I'd have to take him out and show him the real tank I got. It's called a universal carrier. Built in 1942 in Canada and used extensively in World War II.
Would this piece have gone to Europe?
I don't know. I picked it up here from an old war vet.
Hey, well, let's fire it up.
Okay, let's do it. You gotta tell me right or left.
Straight back.
That tank came up for sale in a newspaper ad. I just happened to be the first guy there, and I was very happy that I had a tank. Even though I don't really know what I'm ever gonna do with it, I still like owning it.
Okay, who's driving? Him.
Okay.
Are there brakes on this thing?
Not really.
So what do you
Stop. Clutch in.
Which one's the clutch?
Holy shit, we're in trouble.
The brake doesn't work. Is he off?
He's off. We're going.
I stalled it. I guess I didn't hit the gas hard enough.
Whoa! Need the helmet to be driving this thing.
Yeah. It doesn't have much of a steering wheel. It was wild. As soon as it kicked in, it just went and it just threw you.
It was pretty scary at the start. They were actually heading for a grain bin, and I could see the tank crawling up the side of the grain bin, but they did manage to get the clutch in time.
It's a bit of a tough drive. You don't have to stop for anything because it just crunches everything in its path.
Good for the prairies if you want to go in a straight line and not look back. Yeah! That's the new Pickermobile.
Wow. I have heard of Armstrong steering before. I feel like I've been working out on barbells all afternoon.
That was just incredible.
Oh, hey, well, that was good. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, guys.
I'm glad it's not for sale because I wouldn't know what to do with it if he sold it to me.
Wow, that's a score.
Living hockey towns in Canada, the United States, and Newfoundland.
I've sold every military dinky I've ever bought.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys came out. All in all, I think it was a win-win for both of us.
Whew, that was a good day. I never thought we'd ever be able to pick from Terry.
We made some calls. We're looking like we're gonna have a good sale tomorrow.
We should be throwing some price tags on this stuff too. Or everybody's gonna be yelling, "Hey, Scott, how much is this? Sheldon, what do you want for these?" You know, we're gonna be torn in 6 different directions.
Have you called Joe and Terry?
Yep.
Okay.
They'll both be there. But we're gonna have a good little sale there. Stuff will be flying out the door.
We're on our way to a pick. This one's an evening one.
Just tell me about John.
He's an Englishman, but he loves cowboy stuff. I've known him for about 20 years, and if he buys something, it's always the best of the best.
Why is he selling?
He's got a lot. He's got multiples of some things. How motivated he is, we're gonna find out. This should be interesting.
You know him, you may as well go first.
Sure.
Sheldon, how are you doing?
Hey, this is Scott.
Hey, hi, Scott. How you doing,
Hi.
buddy? Come here, guys.
Wow. He had something of everything in that room, and I liked most of it. I'm perplexed.
Yeah.
I'm seeing things like scientific instruments beside chaps and saddles.
It may be junk, but it's English junk. Coming from England and watching Western movies when I was a kid, I kind of grew up liking the cowboy culture. Really like quality. And I like things that are highly unusual and that tell a story.
That's the most impressive collection of scientific instruments I've seen in a long time. Is this a navigational instrument?
You're 100% right. It's called a dip circle. They used these before they had sextants, and it's actually used for measuring magnetic north.
That would be a particularly valuable piece. I'm sure we're not going home with that today, Scott, as much as I'd like to. And I see you've got a couple of incredible California saddles.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the silver work and the tooling. Oh, just gorgeous. This one here is kind of interesting too, smaller, not the high back.
It's a little later in time, yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that these are probably out of a couple of pickers' price range.
How did you know that?
About a pound of silver on the horn might have told me.
I guess so, yeah.
What about this?
Well, it's an honest-to-goodness saddle. It's a working saddle. It's not actually signed. It is in very, very good condition.
The leather, the wear, all honest. It was really nice.
With the tooling and everything, it's quite a bit of detail on it, as you can see.
I've never seen so many good things in one place.
Is this something we could maybe pull the trigger on?
I've got quite a bit of stuff, and at some point or other, I have to thin it down a little bit.
Let's give you our best shot.
You know enough about saddles, you make the best shot, and I'm going with you on it. I have never seen any that I could buy that good.
Well, don't shoot the messenger, but I'd say 300?
Goodness me. It's in excellent condition. There's a lot of craftsmanship in it. Why don't we make it 350?
I don't think we can do more than 300 on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Tell you what, let's say 300, and we'll throw an extra $50 in the next valuable item. Okay.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you buy sufficient from me today, we'll make sure that.
Hey, if this is any indication of what you're going to show us, we'll buy sufficient. $300. That doesn't normally buy you much of a saddle. John played ball on that.
Sheldon, look at these chaps.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've seen this before, where they put clubs, spades, diamond, hearts on beadwork.
That's a beautiful pair of chaps. Wow.
They look like they're 1920s-ish.
I would say they probably would. They're Heisers, and they're obviously batwing chaps used on the prairies.
Feel the weight of them.
Can I put them on?
I don't think I'd want to put them on, but
no.
I'd like to have them, but I know if I buy one pair, I'm going to be paying top dollar. But if I can put a package deal together, they'll lower the price per shaft. And these are a bit of a plainer set, right? Just a little bit, but look at the great arrows. These are like rodeo shafts, right?
They could be used in rodeos, yeah.
They're sort of the same vintage, maybe a little later 30s, maybe?
Mid to late 20s.
That is Alberta. That is, for me, Western Canada. That's about the closest you've got to an ordinary set of shafts, and that's a really good set of shafts. The buttoning's all there.
Yeah.
They're in great shape.
Oh, look at the tool work again, the leather tooling. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just flows.
Another beauty set with hearts on them.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a romantic cowboy that wore these ones.
I think so, yeah.
All the brass work on them, it's just beautiful. These are interesting because a lot of people mistake this. You see, again, a lot of native work where they have like a reverse swastika. The Navajo used it as a sign of good luck.
Yeah, the tool work is gorgeous too.
And that dates these ones because I don't think they did much of this after the 1920s.
I put these at probably about 1910 to 1915 with the Navajo symbols.
I've dealt in Western wear for a long time, and I've never seen a pair as starry as these ones. Albertans value their Western heritage. Chaps are a big part of Western heritage. Virtually every pair of those chaps was a rodeo chap that a rodeo cowboy would have worn on a bull riding or horse riding. Wow, look at that. You got like almost like a rising sun pair.
These are Hollywood chaps, yeah. Wow. These are made for cowboys on the movies. They probably date from about the 20s.
Yeah.
They're a little bit different from the ordinary working chaps.
They're showpieces, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
They are the best of the best. John, are you prepared to sell your chaps?
I may be prepared to sell some of them.
Okay, if you were going to sell them per pair, what are you looking for?
If you're prepared to buy a bunch of them, I may be prepared to negotiate.
I'm thinking, if we bought 6 pairs, there's $3,000.
That's a little bit low, actually. And how about 1,000 apiece?
Good Western wear is really hard to find. It's not going to get any easier to find it, so that market's going to continue to go up.
I'm not trying to hurt you on them. I know you paid good money for them, but I think I'd go from $500 a pair to $7 a pair, and that's a big move for me.
You know what's got its piece of history? And it's Western Canadian.
Yeah, it is.
$5,000 for the lot.
This is one shot, okay? Because I'm sticking my neck out on this.
I hear you.
I'll go $800 a pair. That's 40, $800. I ain't going a cent higher.
Okay, sounds good.
Shake quick before I change my mind.
I think Scott likes quality as well, and I got a feeling he might be wanting to keep a few of the pieces for himself.
I paid more money for those chaps than I've ever paid for chaps in my life, but I feel great about it. There's a couple pairs that I don't mind if I have to keep them.
We're going away with some great Western gear. Always good to see you. That was a lot of fun.
John,
absolutely.
It was great to finally meet you.
Well, come and see us again, okay?
I will do that.
They're basically antique nuts like myself.
Hey, that was incredible.
It was a lot of fun.
You didn't let me know what I was getting into there.
Today's sale day, and we're gonna move some merchandise. Hey, Terry, so you know about it, it's 1 o'clock. We've invited a few of our friends, Bill at Sheldon, people that I think recognize a good buy, and they're coming to pick from the pickers. Just wanted to make sure you're coming, because there's a bunch of stuff for you.
Where's my book? I think I'm gonna be winging it most of the day.
It's showtime. Here we go. We picked. We hope we picked right. Bought stuff inexpensively as we possibly could.
Theory here is we're marking this stuff up very little over what we paid for it. We're not trying to make a big buck here. We're trying to do a quick flip, move it along.
Hey, good luck in your picking.
Come on in. It's the best one you'll ever see.
If you want something, you just put a tag beside the price tag, and your color will be your tag.
$1.25. It's a great little sign.
I've tried to price as best I could each item in my area. My partner, Chatty Cathy, has been talking up a storm but hasn't priced anything. So did he quote you 140?
We were over there and he said, this is 140 and there's a whole bunch more.
It's organized chaos in there. I'm having a great time talking to people, doing a sell job, giving them some history. This is cool too, a hotel, old hotel one. Molson Breweries, getting them excited about it. 50 for it, Sid.
Not a whole lot of money. And the other little bench.
Sheldon never ceases to amaze me.
All right.
Oh,
you want them all? Done.
He sold every sled he bought and at good prices too.
I'll do that. Give me, well, I got some blue tags. Go ahead, go look.
Got to take my hat off. Think I will.
Thanks, Zorro.
You know, I'm feeling good because I'm walking into the back room and I'm seeing Sid and Terry and Jerry, and they're putting stickers on everything. And that's what I want to see.
Scott?
20 bucks? Is that too much? Sid's one of my favorite people in the business. Tell you what, 15. I'd probably paid that much for it. I'm shooting out a price.
Hey.
Good. Hey, Sheldon?
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
I think it's a lethal weapon.
It would come in handy.
Yeah. We were paying 25 a piece, so 35?
35.
30.
I better stick with Scott's price. He said 15.
How much lower than 15 did you think I might go?
Said he's taking the same thing to Sheldon and asking Sheldon what he wants for it.
I gotta go see Scott.
Oh, man.
And taking the lesser of two. Smart guy.
Yeah.
I put a sticker on that.
It's incredible, isn't it? Terry was interested in the Trick Rider canvas poster. Just so happens, Terry's got a store in Nanton,
Which specializes in Western Native and Pioneer collectibles.
We did exactly what we wanted to do when we bought that thing. Is we brought it back to where it should be sold.
I am so happy you got this.
Marked it up a modest amount of money. We paid $950, we got $1,500.
It's gonna look great in your shop.
I hope so.
She's gonna put $3,500 in that store and she'll sell it.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah, you bet.
Win-win. Love it.
Hey, Sheldon.
She's buying for resale. Oh, you spotted the Mason's altar. She's a businesswoman and she's sharp. It's great, isn't it? I don't know if you noticed the painting on all the sides. Masonic symbols. She's just like us. She's looking for the best buy she can because she's turning it over at the best price she can.
It would make a great kitchen island.
6 1/4?
Perfect.
Done. Hey, thanks, Terry.
It's the weird and unusual that we're after.
You've got some great buys so far.
You know, it's great to see some of my old buds I haven't seen for a while that are in the business that sell at a retail level.
What's up, guys?
And we're hoping that we got some stuff that's gonna help them make a little bit of money.
What was the Ford sign price, Scott?
Oh, $400 for that. Like, Jerry and Terry had one thing in common. They see the common stuff all the time. They kick that over. They bought all the unusual, interesting, rare things. And they'll price those aggressively and they'll get the money for them. Oh God, Jerry's put his tag on a whole bunch of things.
I buy and sell antiques for a living.
Police style.
25 bucks? I can't remember.
Sounds good to me.
Jerry's been in the business as long as I've been in Calgary.
Scott, I was wondering what you wanted for the two whiskey posters here.
The old Seagram's advertising, 7 1/4 on that one and probably 100 1/4 on that one.
I'll take that one for sure, because I like the artist. He's a Canadian, early Canadian artist.
And he's a good picker. Labatt's 50 advertising pieces. They would have stood out in front of the liquor store. They're 4 1/4 for the pair.
Perfect.
Got a shake on that.
I'm ready.
Thanks.
I like the advertising stuff, primitives, I like folk art. That come from Quebec?
Quebec, yeah. Oh, you got it too, great. Excellent, Jerry.
The rocking horse is the favorite thing that I bought today. It's hand-carved, the joints are put together. It's probably 1890s. That's pretty early for out this way.
Jerry was a big buyer. Okay, so let me add this up here. The Dominion sign was $140. Bought a lot of stuff. The ducks, I think, was $450 for all of them.
For the flock, yeah.
King Cole, what did I say, $140 on that?
Well, it was cheaper than that.
I paid $125.
Did you? Okay.
And I think the price is right, he buys it. I gave you a really good deal on that Seagram sign.
Well, that's good.
The price isn't right, he doesn't buy it. We know that you guys got to make money, right? You got a place where you sell this stuff and you got to make a buck on it.
Well, if I don't make money, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. It's that simple.
We put on more miles than the Montreal Canadiens in the last several months. We've been out across this big country picking, and we're dragging stuff home that they like. They know they have a market for.
75. Sold. And there's another Pepsi over there.
Lush stand in the
Pretty sure the prostitute. And the price.
150 bucks. That's 50 bucks a
That's
piece.
50 bucks a head.
You can't beat that.
Did you see the devil?
I did.
Quite remarkable. I was gasping for air as we paid $500 for it. We sold them for $7. I'm okay with that.
That's an example of where it never hurts to buy a great thing.
We have some very unusual stuff.
Can you tell me the price of your totem pole?
You like the totem pole, Joe?
I like the totem pole. I have an antique store in BC.
We kind of thought it started life in BC, so it could go back to BC.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like this on the totem pole.
It's interesting how the artist has used the knots. We paid $4.50 for it, so I'm gonna quote you what I think is a screaming good deal at $6.50.
How about 6? Here you go.
I'm glad it's going to Joe. He was a good buyer today.
This is a nice one.
We were so happy. We found it in this market in Winnipeg, and it was by far and away the best thing in the whole market.
It's very unusual.
Yeah, and when you consider it's gone in and out of several fires, water, smoke, it's in remarkably good condition.
Very nice. What's the price of that one?
$375.
Is that your best price?
We paid $250 for the leather fireman's helmet. Would you say $350, Joe?
My wife will kill me, but I still like it. Sure.
Done.
Definitely suits me.
Oh, does that ever look good on you, man?
Definitely suits me.
We left a little on the table. Joe's a dealer. He's gonna resell. Done. I'm glad you got it, Joe. We quick flipped it. Good profit.
Okay,
you ready?
Sheldon. Terry and his wife came down. We had so much fun with them. We told them to come on down. They did.
They said they had a lot of good stuff, and I just thought we're going to make a special effort to drive in from the farm.
There's a screw in the back, right? And so you could transport it, and then when you're in the field, you'd crank this thing up. It was a killer kernels, shaving stand, field stand. So you could use it as from a general or a colonel, apparently. Would have been late 1800s out in the military field. Just a killer item. You're never going to see another one of those. We got to get $275 on it. Done. You're a sweetheart. I should have been dealing with you before. I know this is your deal there, Terry.
Yes, I've been looking at this Ford sign. This sign is in great shape. I suspect it's really old, and I will have to find a place to put it in the collection, but I really like it.
And I'm going to do you a favor on this, because you sold us stuff fair.
Yes.
And you paid a decent dollar on this. Your wife did. I'm going to flip it to you for $4.
4? Is that all?
That's
all. That's a wonderful deal. I'll take it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy as I could be.
This is fun.
I know.
We got picked by the people we picked.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is chaos.
No, the big grain scale.
2 1/4?
2 1/4.
People are starting to line up at some point and want to pay us. What'd Scott quote you on the duck? Or goose?
$350. How much is it?
$225.
It's take a number, and I love doing sales.
That's why there's technology.
Yeah.
I had a lineup. I was the head cashier and employee of the month. And that's what we wanted to create, a little bit of a buying frenzy. Today, it reaffirmed Scott and I are on the right track. We're picking hard, we're picking good, we're making some money. They were thanking us for inviting them. They had the best time.
I'm giving money in there.
We had the best time.
Have no more money and no more energy, so it's all good.
It was just a great day and everybody won.
Well, that was a hurricane. I haven't had that much action for a long time. Oh, I got something for you. Check in the glove box.
What is this?
That's something to ensure that we don't ever get lost again. It's GPS for the rest of the trip.
We don't need one of these.
You need one of those.
Now, where was I?
You didn't throw that out the window, did you?
No, I put it back in the glove box where it belongs.
You get one shot at this, buddy. Otherwise, it's GPS for the rest of the trip.